Morning, guys. Today I'm going to show you what I bring with me when I go kayak bow fishing. I've been doing this for about 3 or 4 years, so I've had a lot of experience, learned lots of stuff, and I'm here to spread that knowledge with you today. I'm going to start with a life jacket. Always have that on me. Place where I go bow fishing is notorious for drownings, so I just always wear it. I keep a plastic bag in my right pocket. That's for my phone. Keep my phone on my life jacket, my keys in that green bag. I used to keep my keys carabinered to the shoulder of my life jacket till I drew back on a carp one day, sent the arrow into the water, and the bowstring caught on my keys and flung them into the water, and I lost them. It was a $130 mistake that I won't make anymore. I also always have a wide brimmed hat or regular hat with a bandana wrapped around it. It's to keep the sun off your face and neck, and also when the sun is off to the side, it keeps the sun from hitting the inside of your glasses, which makes it hard to see. This is my youth bow. It's a bear bow. All the bow fishing stuff is AMS arrow, reel, roller rest. I also use mechanical release when bow fishing. A lot of people think that's weird, but I also shoot more fish than them, so it works. It works for me, so I keep on doing it. I always leave this extra arrow in my kayak. That way, in the off chance that my main arrow gets lost or it breaks or it starts to splinter and I don't want to shoot it anymore, I can just toss this guy on and I'm good to go. Finish the trip with it. It's some off-brand arrow that I put AMS hardware on, so it will work for some amount of time. You might be wondering what this is. It's a PVC pipe with a metal hook on it. It's my bow holder. I put it in the cup holder of my kayak, put my bow up there, and it holds it while I'm standing or while I'm paddling. I love this thing. It's very effective, very efficient, very simple. Now, here's what I keep in my dry bag. It's not an actual dry bag. This is an inhaler. I have asthma, apparently. I think it's a scam put together by Big Pharma. This is also a scale. I only use this if I shoot a big one or if I think I shot a record. I just keep it in there in the off chance that I'd use it. I'll talk about these guys later. These are probably the most important thing that I bring with me. This is just some extra line. You really don't need this, but it is nice to have if you have some extra money and you want a little bit more security when you go out bow fishing. I would buy an extra, I don't know, what is it, 50 yards of line. Again, just in the off chance that you lose a lot of line, you don't have to cut the trip short. You can finish it off. You're good to go. This is a Leatherman. Pliers are nice, an extra blade is nice. Really, the main reason why I bring this is this Phillips head screwdriver. The stopper on AMS arrows requires a Phillips head, and I make sure I always have this on me because one time I didn't, and I had to replace the stopper. And I was an idiot, and I tried to use a knife as a screwdriver, and knives don't work well as screwdrivers, and I sliced my finger open, and I had to cut the trip short. So I always make sure I have that off-brand Leatherman on me. Now, the things inside of these Altoid tins have saved my butt more so than anything else that I like to bring with me. This tin is full of arrow hardware. Here's some slides. Now, I've never busted an AMS slide before, but I have them with me just in case. I also keep some super glue. The super glue is for the nocks. I break more nocks on my arrows than anything else. So always make sure you have super glue and extra nocks on you. When I first started, it might have been my first year bow fishing with a kayak. I was out in the river. I realized my nock had been busted or it flew off, and so I tried to balance the arrow on the string. I drew back, I fired. The string missed the arrow, and I dry fired the bow. Strings came off the cams, and my bow was in the shop for like 2 weeks. It was extremely annoying. Then that was some extra AMS like stopper hardware plus alcohol prep pads to clean the arrow before I glue the nock on. This is a rough first aid kit. Super glue if a wound's big. Hopefully super glue does the trick. There are also gloves. It's mainly if I have a cut on my hand. I don't want river water getting in that wound, so I'll wear a glove. I also have a bunch of alcohol prep pads. clean a wound or use it sort of like a band-aid, put the alcohol prep pad over the wound, and wrap it in duct tape, and hopefully that'll be good enough to get me back to my car. So that's what I keep in those tins. Now here's a knife that I keep riveted to my kayak at all times. The sheath is riveted to the kayak. The knife just stays in the sheath. It's a little $3 Walmart knife. I love it. It's not the greatest quality steel, but it's really sturdy. And I keep a little wooden floaty attached to it because I've lost 2 of these. I also keep a Louisville Slugger mini one in my kayak. I use that to beat fish over the head with. I don't like to see them suffer. I like to put them out of their misery. This is a wood one. I need to upgrade to an aluminum one because I've already broken one of these. They're not the greatest quality, but they work. So that's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, let me know down below. See you in my next video.